Sound coming in.
And we're live.
And we're live, and the clock is just going off, just like it's just now 10 o'clock.
It is just now 10 o'clock. We're just not going live. We haven't been live at all tonight.
Right.
Nope. This is take one.
Welcome to the show, everybody.
We're not even sure what happened, y'all. For real, we were having some really weird sound issues, and then all of a sudden, our broadcast was just it had ended, and we had still been sitting here talking to y'all for 4.5 minutes. I think it's the
fish tank.
My water level in my fish tank is a little low, so the sound is louder. The water from the filter is hitting the water harder.
We got 7 viewers.
Nothing like gaslighting Facebook to get some extra viewers.
Welcome back, everybody. We have no idea what the hell just happened.
As you can see, we are at -3 days since an F-bomb incident at this point.
Oh, Jesse,
we're in debt.
Definitely, I haven't even started working on it yet, but here I go.
Lord have mercy. Really? I can hear her fine.
You can hear me fine?
Mm-hmm.
Sam, welcome to the show. Sam, can you hear me okay? Amanda, are you there? Can you still hear me okay? Can everybody hear me? Is it just Jesse again?
I'll start on the disclaimer. This show is not intended for children, obviously, since we're gaslighting Facebook. There will be swearing and discussion of content that is inappropriate for them. Tonight shouldn't be too bad, but there might be some mention of things that might be a little NC-17. You never know. We're -3 days since an F-bomb incident, y'all. Number 2, we have eternally curious minds and love to question everything, including what in the world Terry's doing behind the disclaimer there. I just keep getting really fast flashes. At no point do we believe her. She's choking now. I took it down so everyone can see. At no point do we believe our opinions, religion, or beliefs are better or more correct than yours. They're simply our opinions. If you do not agree, that is absolutely okay. You do not have to. We just ask that, if this isn't the show for you, just scroll. Just keep scrolling. We got enough issues. We don't need help.
Stevie, we started out. I'm done about to spit my tea. My eyes are watering. My nose is going to start watering. Stevie, I'm having sound issues. It's weird. So come in here and see what the fuck is going on. And I'm just not even going to try.
I just want to be clear on this one. There's no fixing her. She's just broke. She broke.
So welcome to the show, everybody. And remember, Jess, you want to go ahead and throw out our... Hold up. Let me grab it. Talk about our little surprise thing here while I collect myself. And I don't know how I'm going to mute myself, if I can mute myself or whatever, because I don't know.
I think you're coming through the iPad microphone.
So, okay, well, I'm going to try to fix some sound here and mute. Talk about everybody go ahead and say that you're in here.
So January was our month of giveaways, and we were doing a giveaway a week. And what we are doing from now on is every time you attend, we have this. She has this little jar over at her house with lots of little pieces of paper in it, and what it is every time you attend a broadcast, we write your name down on a piece of paper and it goes in there as many times as you attend. And then when we decide we're going to do another giveaway, we're going to pull out of there. So if your name's in there for 10 full broadcasts, then your name's in there 10 times. It gives you 10 chances to win. I wish I could.
Can y'all still hear me?
Yes.
Okay, well, I had because yeah, the sound, my sound is coming through the iPad. I don't know what the hell is going on. So yeah, no, I'm talking to them online too. When I plug in, I mean, I guess we could just go with what it is right now because I can now hear them. They can hear me. Y'all can hear me, right? Everybody can
Yeah.
hear me? Okay.
Apparently,
So we're just going to go with what it is. I'm here. We'll let Minnie go. Y'all, here's my mini Lenny. This is the baby grandson, the youngest grandson.
Yeah.
So, all right, and now he's out, and
all right, come on, let's go to bed.
We do not want to be like other shows and be doing things like that. Okay, Amanda Wilson is here, and they're saying he's beautiful, and we agree. He's a little monster, though. Do not let looks deceive him because he's not even 2 yet, and he's terrible. He can open doors already. He can do things he should not be doing. So he's
And I
definitely.
promise I will fix my fish tank before the next episode. It's the water level's just low.
He's definitely his namesake. He's named after his papa, and that's why I call him the Mini Lenny. And he is definitely. I can imagine that his papa was probably the same way as a child.
Hold on,
I'm gonna mute for just a minute, y'all. I've got to blow my nose. Jess, talk for a minute.
Okay. Yes, views. What you trying to do? Is the water sound better now, Jesse? And hey, Robin, and Sam, and yeah, it's better. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
And I will top the tank off tomorrow. So yeah, we're going to discuss color and candle magic, and the reason we're discussing both. Oh yeah.
Let's get rid of the negative shit.
I didn't bring mine over here today. I actually cleaned up all my mess because I had like all of the supplies from the last, 4 episodes or so just sitting on the desk.
There, I got me a good hum going there at the end. Okay. Now we're rid of all the shit.
I'm going to pull myself out for a second just so I can adjust how I'm sitting because it won't be very elegant. I'll be right.
Okay. So, good close up of me. Hey, y'all. Hey. So, we're here tonight as always. It would not be us if it's not technical issues. I don't know if y'all heard when we first got back on. We don't know what the hell happened the first time we went live. We were trying to fix the sound issue, and then all of a sudden we were just dead. So we were just talking away and realized, hey, the broadcast ended. So,
and when she says talking away, we mean we were talking for 4.5 minutes, thinking we were still live.
Yeah. All right, Jesse. Well, the good thing about color and candle magic, it is not a great big discussion. It is what it means to you. Now, of course, we can start and go into green represents money, and
but then you've got green can also represent nature and earth.
Right.
It varies.
Really is what it means to you. I mean, yeah, there are a lot of color references that yes, you can use. Okay, great, fine, wonderful. But, there are colors that, may mean things to you.
And depending on where you're from, too. Like, down here, black is what we use to ward off negativity.
Right.
Not white.
Right, I was going to talk about that, that a lot of people would think that black would be something dark or dark magic. But
Hmm.
no, actually, we use black and white magic and protection, and warding.
And yeah, what Sam
Exactly.
says, you go by what you feel. Does gold mean money or does green mean money? Does
Right.
yellow mean, persuasion or does yellow mean cheer and joy?
Right.
It just,
And in voodoo, brown is the color for prosperity. So you just never know. So yeah, just use what feels right to you. But I mean, if you want to get technical, there's lots of books out there. But
hmm.
your basic, you
And even
know,
not even just books. I mean, if you just do a good Google, you're going to come up with multiple pages. I've got the one for learned religions pulled up because they usually have pretty thorough discussions about whatever they're talking about. So it's just what you can kind of start there, but okay, does brown represent animal related magic, or maybe you had an orange cat when you were 5 and that's what makes you think of animal related magic, so you use the orange instead. Doesn't matter. It's
right.
intent.
Does blue make you think, of water? Or, does blue make you think of, you know, blue sapphires and royalties and riches? I mean, it really is what it means to you.
Hmm.
And, we are going to beat this into you for as long as you watch our show. It is about intention.
Yep.
You know, it doesn't matter if it's black, white, green, yellow. It is the intention that you put into, if we're talking candle magic here, um, it's the intention that you put into that candle, whether it be a little white tea light or one of them big 7-day candles.
But that's
You
also a thing to keep in mind too, because if you're working a spell that depends on the candle burning all the way out, not getting put out, if you've chosen a 7-day candle, it can take you a long time. A lot of times it's easier just to use a little votive or a little taper candle.
or
Some
even
will,
birthday candle.
even a
You know,
birthday candle or a tea light.
birthday candles are great because they're quick and
Hmm,
they're you burn them out, boom,
I
they're
don't think
gone.
so. I can't,
Um,
so I think it's fine.
so, and Amanda Wilson, are you still with us? So Amanda has got some things going on with a loved one, and I'm just going to assume that she's still with us. And um, I don't want to name drop on anyone here, so but just I will just say the person on our team that's real big into the planets and astrology and all that stuff right now. Jupiter is in Pisces, which is the planet that rules Pisces. So now if you're a Pisces, now is your time to shine. So if you were ever thinking because it won't happen again. I think it's like 2031 or I'll get exact details. I'm gonna ask this person that's our astrology expert on our team, on our paranormal team, to maybe write us up a little bit something about all what because we're doing some stuff now in class that involves this Jupiter being in Pisces, all that. I'm a little bit into astrology, but I'm not gonna sit here and lie and tell you
Right.
that's my thing because that's not my thing. I know about me being a Cancer. I know about my husband being a Capricorn. I
I'm a,
mean,
and I am a Virgo married to a Virgo. Imagine
right.
that.
So, and I mean, I know some things, yes, about some personalities and stuff. But when we start talking about what your fifth in your fifth house and your all that crap, I don't know shit about that and ain't afraid to say it. But the person on our team, I almost name dropped the other day because our level 4, our classes are kind of we get to make the curriculum what we want to do. So this was something that they wanted to do. So they, brought it up and talking about, this is a terrific time to harness this power of Pisces being in Jupiter. So I would say anyone can harness the power, but for someone that is a Pisces, Amanda Wilson, this is your time to shine if you decide to, as Jess and I say, come to the dark side. Do some witchcraft. Join us. Be one with us. And
They're going to think we're a cult.
And Amanda, I know you've done some research on this too. There are Christian witches. There is nothing wrong with, praying to Jesus, and doing the damn spell work with it and putting it out there. That's your deity, if that's the deity you choose. Or, if you decide you want to fuck some shit up and call up on another deity, then talk to me later and, we can talk about that. But as I was going to say, about before I got off on the Jupiter and Pisces and all that, Amanda, had asked me earlier because she has got a family member who is being stubborn about some very serious health issues. And it's one of those, Jess, I know you know the type of person, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. You try to help them, and you're bitching at them, and they want to be
being nosy
because you're overbearing, you won't leave them alone. But then when you don't, call and aggravate and say, "Are you eating? Are you drinking?" Are you
then you just don't care.
Then you just don't care. So, she had asked me for some suggestions on handling this person. And of course, I told her, the mundane world things. And that's because I know that Amanda has the ability, I know that it's in her. She's very empathetic. I know that she has the ability.
Mm-hmm.
She's, and I had to call you out of the broom closet. No, I'm not talking about Grams. Grams is fine and giving orders again. She'll be here Saturday morning. Here we go on the construction of the bathroom. And I'm just going to leave that at that. You know what I'm talking about, Jesse. So, anyway, Amanda, wanted to know, how does she handle this person? So, like I said, I gave her the mundane world things to do. And I said, well, and if all else fails, go to fucking witchcraft. Witchcraft. There's always witchcraft. And, told her some, healing spells. So since we're talking candle and healing, I would say so Amanda has 3 certain situations that need to happen. And one of them, I would say water would be something that she would want to call upon. Liquid, would be something she would want to call upon. So for me, I would use maybe like a blue candle and, tell that blue candle what you need from that blue candle.
Yeah.
She also needs, some.
And you can work, and then you can also pull in the things that you can dress the candle with when doing candle magic. You could pull in some honey into the ritual for a little sweetness and persuasion.
Right. And so yeah, you can make a little sigil in it, and we can discuss that, after the show, Amanda. We'll talk a little bit if you want on the phone about that, because we've done that on the show, so I don't want to repeat, but you'd carve your little sigil into your candle with your intention, and you light that sucker and you let it burn. Hey Joshua, welcome to the show. Glad you've made it.
And if you only have a plain white candle and that's the only thing you can get your hands on, another option that works on both color and candle magic here is take a piece of paper that matches the color of the intent that you want, write what you need on it, and then you use that candle to burn that paper, and you're still doing color magic.
Right. Or you can put, depending on what you're burning. I like to put if I write it down, sometimes I will burn it with the candle. A lot of
Hmm.
times I like to put it in the cauldron and the candle on top of it. So it's kind of the last thing that, goes out with the bang.
Yeah,
The
and
final
there are times
flame.
if it's something that I need to be a little longer lasting, I'll seal it with the wax from the candle and hold it
Right,
until the spell is complete. And then usually I will have saved the candle I sealed it with, and then I'll use that candle to burn it.
right.
So
So,
it's just
Amanda
all how
is,
in depth do you want to get?
right. Amanda, is Jeff still watching with us? Her boyfriend. Excuse me. Might be fiance. I'm not sure. Let me not get ahead
And
of
hello,
them.
Joshua. How are you?
Um. Uh. I think her boyfriend was a little bit leery of which, but
He's not the only one.
right, he's not the only one, and I understand there's lots and
That's why we're
lots.
here.
Oh, Steven's been out of the picture for a long time, Jesse. A long time. Steve, well, let me not. Just think about
Just
bad habits that could possibly happen, Jesse, and that's all we're going to say about, that person. Because we don't want to call people out. Now, if Amanda wants to call it out in comments, that's completely up to her. But for us, me personally, I won't do that. So, um,
valid. This is valid.
so, but yeah, he's kind of out of the picture. Mhm.
Ooh, they getting sassy. They getting
Right?
sassy.
It's OP Jesse said that now we're just gonna say the shining has begun. In other ways, not the typical way that it usually does. But the shining, the saga continues.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, no.
So
Candle magic, color magic, it all really boils down to what you see in a color. For me, when I think of blue, um, that typically is what I equate with peace. So in a spell that was calling for some peace or something, blue would be what I would go with, as opposed to water or the more typical.
right. But if you want to get into the typical, let's just say that, you are wanting to go that path, where you're gonna do your little pinnacle or whatever, and you want to honor, the four quarters.
Yeah.
And, this is not, and this is where we get back on the people presuming that we're worshiping nature. We're not worshiping nature. We're
Respecting.
honoring what God gave us in nature, So, for me, blue is water, green is earth, and yellow. I For me, yellow is supposed to be. I think yellow and all are supposed to be air. But
Yeah, I think it's yellow.
for me myself, I really I like to use a darker, deeper blue for water,
Water and a light
and then
blue
a
for
lighter
air.
blue for air, because well, the sky, or I prefer to use a white because I represent the blue sky, the clouds, white clouds. So
Yeah.
it's hard for me to represent. I don't see yellow with air, but if I'm
Mm-mm.
working, with my class and in some kind of ritual that we have to do that, then I'm fine with it. But in general, practice working with a group of witches. I think generally it would be yellow is air,
See, I
red
struggle
is
because with yellow, I think dandelions. That's my first thought. So it doesn't make me
right,
think of air at all. And
right. But I do. It's yellow
white or
would
light
be
blue for me.
yeah, yellow would be air, red is fire, again water is blue, and green is earth.
I
And
have seen earth interchangeably with green or brown. I have
I
seen
have
it just
too, and
depends.
sometimes because I do work with voodoo a lot. I do have a lot of green or brown candles. And we'll plug it in, Amanda. I know you got a charger, girl. Don't even give me that shit. Get Jeff's phone and get back on. um,
And then sometimes you've got some circles you're casting are going to call for calling the element of spirit as well, and that's typically got a whole nother color.
and see, Jesse Wilson is seeing she sees red as earth.
In
And
Alabama, I could see why. We get a lot of red clay.
yeah, we have a lot of red clay, and of course, it is like the devil's armpit or ball sack.
Ass crack.
When the devil has
It's
swamp ass,
moist. It's his ass crack.
when the devil has swamp ass, that is Alabama summer. So,
And
um,
then I was gonna say to Jesse, who's saying that's the way their relationship is. You should hear me and my brothers. We're so much worse. So that was me picking. And Joshua, I would stop counting them as a friend.
oh, I missed some comments.
Yeah.
For y'all, Amanda Wilson is just my husband's little sister, my sister-in-law, my daughter's aunt. There, so yeah, they're not far apart in age, so they rag each other and all that, pretty much like sisters. Um, I'm trying to catch up on comments here, y'all. Um, so does anyone that have any questions about color magic or candle magic or any other? We've kind of talked about love spells and love. And did any of y'all go do your self love ritual when we got offline last week, Sunday night? Are you planning to do it Valentine's Day? Because I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do on the full moon. I'm going to do take care of me and absorb this Jupiter and Pisces power. Because Pisces is a very loving sign, and um, I was reading up on some of the what's the word I'm looking for, the properties, of what's happening now. So it really would be some good energy to absorb. So
Same, Jesse. I'd rather be cold. Look, I can always bundle up and put on more blankets. I can't walk around naked in the heat. I'd rather be cold and bundled up than I would be hot. I'm too fat for that.
look, I'm a princess. I want perfect weather all the time. I don't want it too hot. I don't want it too cold.
Hmm.
But I think, I'd rather be a little on the warm side because I do have damn air conditioning and I can bring my ass in the house. But I don't want to be too damn hot. But I don't handle the cold like I used to when I was younger.
Yeah,
That's
you
just
gotta.
how.
I didn't got the time to buy stocking powder this summer. No, thank you. Nope. But, however, my burgeoning little witch will be 9 on Saturday.
Oh, happy birthday to the little witchling.
2 days before Valentine's.
Oh, bless it. So is she doing something very exciting, witchy wise?
I'm not sure yet. I have been thinking on that myself, and I'm not sure. She got her first tarot deck. I got it for her for Christmas, and her first little spell book with, one of those you buy that's for little, I think it's like the Junior Witch's Handbook is what it's called. It's just kind of an introduction.
Right.
She got that for Christmas, and she actually came in here and borrowed. I have a book called The Encyclopedia of Birthdays, and it does a lot of work not only with the zodiac signs but with each, like it has every single day of the year and the different properties for that birthday, and
Right.
she's been reading it.
Oh, very cool. So she
So
might be a little astrology witch.
she might be.
That might be her thing. So, um, you might tell her that Jupiter is in Pisces and see what how she runs with that.
You can do that because she did. She came in here the other day and told me she would really like a book on astrology and the zodiac because she's really interested in it. So
Oh yeah,
I let her use the one I have, but I'm gonna get her one that's specifically on the zodiac.
right, right.
I don't think we're having a party this year. She is getting to go with her. We're gonna do. I think we're gonna do a little cake Saturday morning, and then her and her daddy are going running around to get all the components for her very first little 10-gallon fish tank. That's gonna be all natural, all real plants and everything. And um, he's gonna take her to Skates 280 in a couple of weeks.
Cool.
No, she doesn't. We had her one when she was really small, and it no longer works. She loved it though.
Yeah, Joshua. Love spell for you. You know, we touched on that last Thursday.
Yeah,
Um,
we don't do them at all, not even
you
for ourselves.
no. You know, we what we recommend is that you do a love spell for yourself, and as in
Love
loving
yourself.
yourself, because when you do a love spell, you're bending someone's will.
Yeah.
Now I would
We suggest
recommend.
something where you to help you look deeper inside yourself and what you need and what you want, and what makes you feel like you want to do this spell to, make someone want you or make someone fall in love with you. It's hollow. It's hollow. That's the problem that everybody misunderstands. Whatever you get from it is hollow.
Right, it would. So, you could do a spell to, you know, open doors to bring the right person to you.
Hmm.
You could do spells to remove blocks. And I don't mean as in, say you're interested in Joe Blow. And I'm sorry if there is ever a Joe Blow that ever watches our show because I know I use Joe Blow a lot. But let's just say, you like Joe Blow and he's got a girlfriend, Jill Blowette. When I say remove the blocks, that doesn't mean that you do a spell to remove Jill Blowette from Joe Blow's life. So,
We're gonna get
um,
sued one day by some guy named Joe Blow, and it's gonna be your fault.
right, right. So, what I mean when I say remove the blocks would be, is it that that person just hasn't seen you because they're so busy and wrapped up in their own life? Yeah, so you would want to remove the blocks that maybe that person that Joe Blow could have a calm, peaceful day and just one day recognize you or Jill Blowette. I'm not saying so. Just you get what I'm saying. Does that make sense? Did I talk in circles? I feel like I did with the whole
A
Jill
little
and
bit, a little
Joe
bit, a little
Blowette.
bit. I feel like a blowette is like a mini blowjob, and I don't like it. Sorry, I know it's Thursday, not Saturday, or
I
Sunday,
was just
but
thinking it's Thursday, not Sunday night.
I'm sorry. I had to say it.
So,
But yeah,
um,
no, you just want to blue. Maybe the reason they haven't noticed you is because they've had a project at work that's been going horribly. Well, maybe what you want to do is you want to send them some good energy, and that's the block you want to remove. You want them to get by on that project, and it goes great, and then they're able to focus.
right. Or, maybe they're having a family crisis, such as Amanda, which I know Amanda's not looking, but maybe they're having, a family crisis going on and they're so
Hmm.
wrapped up in that. So you would want to send them energy, even if you didn't know what it was. That would be what your, you know, removing the block spell would be, that whatever it is that has got their mind so focused, you would just do a spell that all that would work the way they need it to work, so that the road is open for them to notice you. And that's kind of the best advice we do on a love spell, because you
We
know
don't do them, not even
we
for
don't do
us.
them. Even if somebody paid me $1 million, and look, I am a broke ass bitch down here in Alabama.
I one of my big things is I'm not gonna take away somebody's free will because I wouldn't want mine taken away.
Exactly. And what if you um do a love spell and you think this person is wonderful? We've talked about this before on the
Well,
show.
if you were betrayed, how were you betrayed by a friend? What do you mean?
Jesse says what you need. But Jesse, think about this. If somebody gives you $1 million and you do a love spell, you're powerful bewitch, you do this love spell, they think that Joe Blow is the end all be all to everything they need.
But then
Well,
maybe they get home and they get moved in with Joe Blow, and it turns out Joe Blow is abusive.
or
Whose fault
a
is that?
child molester, or a fucking stalker, or 6 7 years down the road ends up that he's the Green River killer. He's been out on the road truck driving, you thought, but he's really been out here kidnapping and murdering people. So again, we know we watch too many forensic files and shit, but that shit happens. That's why
Do
those shows are on.
it do? Um, well, if they betrayed you with empty promises, why are you wanting to do a love spell? I'm struggling to jump from B to C here. Like I've gotten from A to B, I think, but I have no idea how we got from B to C.
But come on, Sam, you're a
Now,
damn
like if
woman.
you want to
I
give me
know
a
you
million
well enough.
dollars, and I will go and I will comment on their current uh, relationships, pictures, become best friends, and ruin that relationship from the inside out. But I'm not gonna do magic to do it.
Why? Now, hey, we can do some
I'm
dirty
petty.
shit for $1 million, but I ain't gonna do no magic. Now I'm with Jesse.
Like I will
You
shake
be
what.
sending the girlfriend some freaking Photoshop pictures of, you know, yeah, some nasty shit.
Look, look. I got Photoshop skills. We could Photoshop that boyfriend into some bad situations and said, "Look what I found of your boyfriend."
Okay, I'm trying to get caught up now on. Uh,
Hmm. Did the friend? Did this the guy you're a friend? I'm confused. I'm so confused. Now I don't have any ass, but I'll shake some for $1 million. That I'll do. There's a lot of things I'll do for $1 million. That just ain't one of them.
yeah, I do a lot of things for
I
me.
don't believe in a lot like anything that I do. I work with pretty gray morals on a lot of things. Um, I take it situation by situation, whatever I'm doing. But my morals are most certainly not all good or all bad. I do work darker magic. I work with chaos magic, and I work with the fae. I have to do darker magic, but that I don't do. I feel like that is the kind of thing that brings on some shit I don't want. Everything else, I take my risks, and I take those on myself. I'm not taking that one.
Jesse Wilson, we didn't do the thing. Is everybody on things, or you on spirit? And I'm not sure. Josh is posting some things, and we're trying to comment and help him out here. I'm not sure if you're not seeing his comments, or I'm not sure.
Is it the woman you want a love spell done for you and the woman, you and the man and the woman? What's going on here?
Or the man and the woman, or the ones that disappointed you. Most men that. Well,
Well, we don't agree with you there, but we do
well,
not disagree with you most of
let
the
me,
time.
as an older woman here, I'm going to step up. And the best advice I can give everyone about men is to realize they're just grown as children.
Well, and
They're,
the thing to realize about other grown adults is they're all grown adults with their own agenda, experiences, wishes, wants, dreams, failures, and
traumas,
you can't make
joys.
somebody love you. You just
Right.
can't. You cannot make somebody love you.
And as
Whether
far
it is
as
a romantic relationship, a friendship, a parent, it does not matter. You cannot make someone love you. Doesn't matter what role they play in your life.
right, you can't make them like you. You
But
can't
if
make
they
them
hurt
love.
you, William, my husband, he's one of the men that don't disappoint today. We'll just go ahead and be honest. Today, we're having a good day. No, he's a good man. He's a little shit sometimes, but he says his rule of thumb is, and this goes for family, like could be a parent, sibling, whatever, could be romantic, could be friendship. He puts in what he's getting. He's going to match
Right.
your energy, whatever it is. I'm not going to put forth more effort than you're putting forth with me. If you're not going to meet me, like there are days, I understand everybody has bad days, and you got to, sometimes you got to
Balance
pick
that
up a
out.
little
Right.
bit. But you're going to have days where they're going to have to
And if
pick
you've
up a
been
little
in a
bit.
long-term relationship, you know, sometimes you're gonna have a bad year. You know,
Yeah,
but
it happens.
be respectful of your partner. That hey, you had a bad fucking year. They might have a bad year next year, or 2 years down the line.
But that's his
So
rule. Puts in what he gets out. That's what
you
it
know,
is.
I get asked a lot. About how Lenny and I made it so long. For the record, it's been 30. We're going on 38 years.
Do what, baby?
Um, it ain't always easy.
He says,
It's
now, granted, he has not talked to his biological father in 15 years, so keep that in mind. But for good reason.
well, I mean, and we've also talked about that too. It doesn't matter. Sometimes you
Yeah,
don't
don't
feel
give up on a
fine.
bad day. Go to sleep and see if you still feel the same way tomorrow. Write it
Right,
out. Write a note out and then put it up. Don't give it to him. Put it up
right.
and come back and read it later when you're
You
calm.
know, right, and sometimes maybe a week later or 2 weeks later
You
or a
don't
month
make
later.
any decisions in the height of any kind of emotion, be it a good decision or a bad decision. If you're at the height of the emotion, don't make the decision. Wait until you're back in the middle to make your decisions.
Well,
If they
Joshua,
could care less, you don't help them.
exactly. That's what I was just gonna
Period.
say. If it's someone that does not care and does not put anything, you know, sometimes you just have to cut your losses. And it doesn't matter. If it's a relationship or whatever. I mean, a partner. You know what I'm saying? Um, you just gotta cut your losses. If someone hurts you more than they heal you or make you
If they
happy
make
or
more deposits, if they make more withdrawals from your life than they do deposits, close the bank.
uh,
Know what you bring to the table. And I don't mean, I'm talking about the effort you bring.
yeah,
Know how
not
much effort you're
financial.
bringing. Yeah, I'm not talking about the other stuff because everybody brings like I want you to be able to take care of yourself. It shouldn't matter what I bring to the table. But know the effort that you're bringing to the situation, that you're bringing to the table, and don't be afraid to eat alone if they don't match it.
Right,
It
right.
sucks,
If you're
but
the
you
one that's
just
always doing and doing and doing, if you're the one that's providing dinner every fucking day, and they ain't getting up and doing the dishes, or and I'm just talking theoretically here, then kick them to the curb. You
yep.
know, um, they got to be willing,
But it sure is
to
not worth
give
taking
some
on the
too.
kind of. But it sure is not worth taking on the kind of karma that you would take on with a love spell. Because I'm not taking. Because if I were, there's not anything you could do to make me do it. But if there were, I'm not taking that karma. You are. I'm making sure it comes your way.
Right, right. So I mean, that's Joshua. That's the best advice we can give you on that. So, and I think, what time is it? Are we?
Hey Johnny, how are you?
We
Welcome.
are. getting down to our last few
Yeah.
minutes here.
We got very
So,
off track this evening, and we became the what was that? What was that advice columnist?
dear Abby.
Dear Abby. This has been Dear Spirits, Dear
Right,
Ask, Dear Alabama
right,
Skeleton Key.
right. So yeah, we're down to our last 2 minutes. So what are we doing Sunday night?
I had it open. Hold on, and I will be. And I apologize, guys. I am
You're
shooting from
very
the bed.
welcome, Joshua.
I had
Um,
an epidural yesterday, so I am not feeling real
well,
hot right now.
you did great tonight, Jess. No problem at all. No apologies needed. You did just fine.
We are actually going to be doing a white. Oh, okay. So this one is one where we're actually going to.
Jesse
You're,
said shots. We're doing
shoot,
shots.
we are not doing shots. I don't know. You know what? Maybe I need some shots at this point, Terry. Maybe that's what I'm missing from my life with everything going on right
Right, right.
anyway, so all what you're gonna need, you're gonna be putting together your own spell. It's the White Candle Sunday. You just
Okay.
bring your white candle. You're gonna bring your own herbs, your own oils, whatever you think is gonna work towards the spell that you would like to create. Because we're all gonna be creating something different. We might, and we will at some point. Probably not tonight. Maybe tomorrow yeah, maybe probably tomorrow sometime. We'll post some links to some places you could get some ideas from, but we're not going to tell you what we're doing, and we're not going to tell you what to do.
Right, it's going to be totally up to you. And remember, we did taught you how to do the self-love spell. So you can do that for yourself coming up on Valentine's Day.
That's
And
my sister-in-law. She says she needs invites for shots. I feel that. We
same,
invited
same.
you for ice cream cake. That counts for something.
Right. So we will see all of y'all Sunday night. And hopefully everyone has. This is Thursday. I don't know why my days are. I
It's
don't know
Thursday.
what day.
Mine have been screwed. I thought yesterday was Thursday. So
I,
I'm telling you that anesthesia, they actually got me out this time. I was not awake through the procedure. Oh, look what William just brought me.
oh,
There we
hey.
go. Alcohol on Thursday's stream. We're being awfully naughty.
hmm I do not have alcohol. Um, but I may have to have some. No, not really. So, we do have that bottle of whatever it is in the freezer, Jesse. We could do that. You're welcome, Sam. Thanks, y'all. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. Everybody that commented, your name goes in the bucket. It is still February. We still don't know when we're going to draw, but we'll surprise y'all one night on the show.
And don't
So,
forget, it's going to, our January drawings were just one little small thing. This is going to have a few more things put into it. It's going to be a right little care package that you'll be getting, sort of. A little
right.
bit of a
So,
witchy.
y'all have a great night, and we will see y'all Sunday night.
Yeah. And don't forget your shots. I mean, your candles for Sunday night. That's your one-liner. That's all I got.
Oh, no, I got it.
Oh, here we go.
Are you still, well, we're still alive?
Yeah, we're still alive. Go ahead.
You do have it, Jess. You know it. Circle, circle, dot, dot. Now we got our cootie shot.
Yes.